reading what I'm required to for the purposes of putting it into the, I appreciate all of you being here for this hearing, for the appointment of Joel Carlson. We're going to get him on the phone. We told him it wasn't necessary for him to come all the way in from Norfolk today. So we're going to do this a little bit of a configuration through a cell phone up to a mic, because as Steve pointed out to me this morning, we don't have phone accommodations in this particular room. So today is July 31st, 2024. I'm Will Vreepy, Chairman of the Business Labor Committee. My district is 12, which is the Omaha-Ralston area. I would ask my committee members, if you would please, to introduce yourselves, starting off to my right, if you would.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Steve Halloran, representing District 33, which is Adams, Kearney, and Phelps County.
Teresa Ibaugh, District 44, 8 counties in southwest Nebraska.
Megan Hunt, representing the northern part of Midtown Omaha.
Ben Hansen, District 16, which is Washingtonburg, Cumming, and parts of Stanton County.
Thank you all very much. The committee research analyst is Gerald Thumbs to my right, and Cameron Lewis is the committee clerk. Please silence all phones and beepers as we go into this process. And today, before each of these hearings, all bills will be heard as posted outside. This has to be a hearing, so there won't be bills posted there. Should anyone be here who does not want to testify but wants to have some input, there will be forms near the entrance to this particular room. Also, I would note that if you're not testifying or have a position on the candidate, the position of all letters and records must be received by the committee by 8 a.m. the day of the hearing. For purposes of the record, we ask each individual at the mic to state his or her name, spell it, and who you represent. Going through what I'm going to eliminate. As a committee, we will work diligently to provide a fair and full hearing. We will make every effort to accommodate special needs, and short of, and this committee may not take action on the bill of the actual hearing. We may stay around, and if we feel comfortable on Mr. Carlson, take the action so we don't have to come back at a different time. At this hearing, we ask you to be respectful of the process and to one another. With that, we will begin today's hearing, and we welcome Mr. Joel Carlson. And is Mr. Carlson on the phone?
He is.
This is a reappointment as opposed to a new appointment for Mr. Carlson. Mr. Carlson, are you there?
I am. Thank you.
Great. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Hope you can hear me.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you giving us some time today. And we understand this is a reappointment for you, maybe a third time?
Yes, it is. This would be my third 6-year term if you guys, if the committee would approve.
Okay. Well, you must love us.
Well, I don't know. Well, first I want to tell you, obviously sorry I couldn't be there in person, but I know for my end and your end, everything's been on short notice lately.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Would you just give us a little bit of your background, who you are, and if you would be kind enough to spell it for the purposes of getting it into the record properly?
Sure. I'll go ahead and I'll restate. My name is Joel Carlson, Joelcarlson.
Okay.
I'm an attorney in Norfolk, Nebraska, and I've been in Norfolk here for, roughly about 25, 30 years practicing up here. I've been on this commission, as you said, for about the last 12 years. And in terms of just experience, my practice is just a general practice for people in the Northeast Nebraska area. As far as the commission, we've had several cases come through, some trials, but overall, I feel like the commission has done good work, and I would like to continue on for a third term.
And this appointment is to the Commission on Industrial Relations. We'll get that into the record. Okay.
That would be correct.
I'm going to ask the committee members if they have questions that they would like to direct to you. So are there any questions? Okay. Senator Howard.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, Joel. Thanks for joining us and thanks for re-upping. Quick question, over the last 4 years that you've been on the Court of Industrial Relations, can you give me a rough percentage of the results in favor of the employer versus the employee?
Ooh, that would be a very good question. I'm not sure I have good data on that. And I would divide out the kind of cases as follows. We get a lot of what we call representation cases, which is just recertifying or decertifying bargaining units. That ends up being a lot of what comes through. That is not too controversial, although I had one trial with regard to that, and I believe, I can't even remember how that was resolved. And then probably the one that gets contested often or a little more trial-oriented would be a prohibited practice case where perhaps an employer, the bargaining unit has alleged that the employer has misstepped on their bargaining agreement in terms of something that's not contained in it. So that can go to trial. That can often be, and again, data, I'm not sure, but it could swing each way. I've seen results each way. Then the final one would be wage cases. Those are very less litigated anymore compared to what I understood from the 20, 30, 40-year history of the commission. But yeah, I know we did have one here, I can't remember the last 5 years, it might have been, that I don't even think I was a participant on that panel, but I was aware of that wage case, so.
Okay, thank you very much, Joel.
Are there other questions? Mr. Carlson, do you have questions of us? We'll give you an opportunity.
Are you saying if I have questions? I don't believe so, other than I've appreciated coming before the committee here. I know it's 12 years of experience, and some of you weren't there the first couple rounds, but it's been a good experience for me, and I just appreciate your approval.
Do you feel that there are any incidents or situations that could be improved on the commission?
That is a very good question. I feel like it's a fairly good, and I want to use the word well-oiled machine, I guess, to the extent that most of the commissioners have good experience. I think we picked up a real new one recently in the last year, but otherwise we work together well. We've had good, consistent staff, which is always good, as sometimes you get turnover. So I feel like, and you could probably ask members at the bar, the lawyers that practice regularly in front of us, I believe they think that our commission works well. As far as improvements, I really couldn't tell you in terms of, what, if there's any substantive improvements that need to occur. That I would just defer that to your committee, so.
Very good. I can tell you're a lawyer. Are there any other questions from the committee? Hearing none, I believe that concludes our hearing. Thank you very much for joining us. And
Yeah.
have a great day. I will get back to you with our decisions post haste.
Yep, that's very fair. And thank you. And obviously, you senators, you're doing a good job hanging out in Lincoln in the middle of July, I guess the end of July. So it's not your normal time. So appreciate the hard work you all do, in this undetermined session. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Are there any comments? And do we need to and want to go into executive session? Are you comfortable going into executive session?
I move we go into executive session.
Thank you. A second.